Hi, so at the moment I've got two options on my website for premium monthly subscriptions, and I wanted to give you guys a bit more information on those, as a lot of people have asked me whether they're suitable for them or what whether they're worth the funds that you pay for them. And obviously that really depends on yourself, how much money you're investing, and it's really only a decision that you can make. So the point of this video is more to explain what those options are and for you to decide based on that information whether these are suitable options for you. Now, first of all, obviously I do have a number of free options for you. First of all, you can copy me on eToro, that is completely free, and all my videos on YouTube. All the information I give out is again completely free for you. But there are, like I say, a number of steps I can go further to help you further, and that's the main point of this video here today. Now, obviously, on eToro, my copy portfolio, when I first started in April of 2019, which was when I started my proper investing. Obviously, previous to that, I was learning with Play Money and pretty much wiped out my account. So I properly started investing in 2019 in April. And all the way through until February of 2020, I was just investing how I wanted to, completely irrelevant of what eToro rules stated for me. At that point, I got a copier and started getting copiers, and then realised obviously the Popular Investor program could be suitable for me. Then, towards the end of February, I got kicked out of the Popular Investor program because of the fact that my risk score hit too high, and I couldn't really work out a way of making money on the stock market while still keeping my risk low. So, and I didn't really want to change my strategy at all. So I then had a little play about with it to try and figure it out. Couldn't get it to work. Went back to my old strategy and just did what I wanted to do. And I thought, at the end of the day, I'll figure this out in the future. Now, it got to about June or July, and eToro kind of released a new set of rules where if you had 20% or no more than 20% of your portfolio in any one stock, they would let you become a popular investor. So obviously I had a very slight change in my ratios of my stocks, but it wasn't a big deal to me because I wasn't actually that far off anyway. So I made those changes, joined the PI program, and we were doing great until about September, when volatility hit again. However, at this point, eToro had changed the rules again, and so I was no longer safe. Therefore, obviously, I had to completely change my strategy on how I invest in companies, and how I manage my portfolio so that I could reduce my risk score. And effectively, what I ended up doing is reducing the holdings of the stocks that I think will perform the best, and bringing in more lower risk stocks, and also then shorting a few companies to lower down my volatility. Okay, so effectively the eToro free portfolio that you can copy trade is kind of like a watered down version of my main strategy. Now, first of all, don't let that dissuade you, okay, because of the fact that I still believe that long term I will still be one of the best performing popular investors on eToro. I still aim to outperform all the other investors. Okay, so please don't think that just because of the fact that I'm not doing my best means that, or the portfolio is not going to be the best it can possibly be, that means it's not going to be one of the best on eToro. Okay, it just means that following these new rules, I've had to make some changes. Right. Now, that in mind, obviously, I still wanted to keep my ideal portfolio. So I have my own portfolio away from my popular investor portfolio, that is completely hidden. Nobody can see this portfolio at all, other than people that want to pay to subscribe for it. Okay, now the reason that I've done that is because, first of all, if I've got my popular investor program on eToro, if you as a copier have got your funds in that, I get paid a very small commission for those funds. Whereas if I then showed you my premium portfolio and I gave it away for free, and you took your money from the popular investor program and put it into the premium program, I would be completely at a loss. So I'd be doing all of this for completely nothing, which obviously isn't really the kind of thing that you want to do for your job. You know, just work for free. So that's the reason why I have to charge for this service that I offer you. And so what it is the premium option. You get to see my premium portfolio. So you get to see how I would have my portfolio if I didn't have to adhere to eToro's rules. And the reason why that's quite a benefit is because, obviously, as you can see from my previous trading, that strategy so far over the last couple of years has made me 400% return. So, I mean, just as a short example, in September, at the end of September, when I swapped over and I created this portfolio, within the first 4 weeks, I'd already hit a 50% profit. I'm now up to, I think it's about 65-70% profit. And I mean, this is the start of December. So the portfolio is going very well at the moment. Obviously, future gains may not be the same as previous gains. We don't know what the future holds. But that's how it is. Now, this portfolio, basically, my strategy, as you probably already know, is I'm a long-term investor. Okay, so I am buying stocks and I am holding them for the long term. And what you get to see by joining the premium group, you get to see the makeup of my portfolio. So when you pay and you join, I will send you a message to say this is what the portfolio currently looks like. I will then add you to a group to allow you to receive messages as and when I make changes to that portfolio. Now, don't worry, you're not going to get bombarded with messages, because this is a buy and hold portfolio. As an idea, since creating this portfolio, I have made 2 changes. Okay, so since the end of September all the way through to the start of December, so far I have made 2 changes to that portfolio. And to be honest, I'm not sure I'm going to be making any more changes for the next couple of months. Obviously, if the market situations change, that could be different. But that's where we're at the moment. So what happens is you can see the portfolio. You can then choose whether you want to replicate that yourself personally. Okay, so say, for example, it isn't this, but let's just be completely crazy and say I've decided that Ford and GM are going to be the next big things in the market. So I've said put 50% on Ford and 50% on GM. Now, obviously, like I say, this is not my actual portfolio. I would never say this for these 2 companies, but just as this example. So that's what, when you join, I would say that's what that is. And then, say 3 or 4 months down the line, I will go, actually, do you know what? GM has now reached its full potential. We're going to cut that one down. And actually, we're going to bring 2 other stocks in. So the portfolio is now 50% Ford, 25% of company X, and 25% of company B. And that's how it works. So it's not labour intensive at all. You're not expected to kind of do lots and lots of trading. You've not got to worry about your timings as well, because the type of portfolio and the type of investment it is, we're talking about growth stocks. So it doesn't really matter on the exact price that you get in. Okay, so obviously when you're doing short-term trading, a couple of cents here or there on the price of the stock that you're buying can make a huge difference. Okay, but for me, with the stocks that I'm investing in, if you bought in and then the price dropped $2 or $3, to an extent, it probably doesn't matter, because what we're looking for from our stocks are stocks that are going to grow 100 to 300%. Okay, so that kind of $1 or $2 doesn't make any difference when we're talking about that level of growth for the companies. Okay, so you don't have to worry about being there at the right time to make the right trades. Okay, so like I said, there's two options. There's one is premium portfolio, and the other option is advanced support. And what that is basically a 1 hour call once a week. And the point of that call is more to help you to learn how to trade on the stock market, and what you should be looking for in a company, how to analyze a company, and just to kind of work through what you're doing and how you're trading. So, for example, if you're currently losing a lot of money with your trading, this is the kind of package that's probably a good idea for you to do, because the whole point is not for me to kind of teach you the very basics of what all the various different terms are, although I can do that for you. The point is more to kind of help you with the fundamental issues that you have with investing. Okay, so using kind of my experience of how I made all of those mistakes back in 2018, where I lost so much money myself, I learnt from it and I came out the other side. That's the point in this package, is that if you're suffering that same kind of fate, you're going through and you're losing loads of money, then we can spend time together and slowly go through the issues that you're having, why you're losing money, and how we can fix that. Okay, and it's a relatively expensive package. It's $150 a month at the moment, and that, like I say, that's 1 hour a week phone call, and we can do that via Skype or Teams or whatever that suits you. And that one-to-one support, like I say, it's just basically to help you learn from my mistakes and for me to help guide you going forward, to teach you how that I value a company, how I look at what a company does and how it makes money, and how to spot those companies that are going to grow in the future. Okay, this is not about me going, you need to buy XYZ, because obviously that's the point of my premium portfolio. Although having said that, please do remember, even with my premium portfolio, it is not investment advice, okay? Because at the end of the day, I don't know your personal situation. I can only tell you what I personally believe is the best investment for a sum of money, okay? And if you trust me and you trust in my results, unfortunately, that is still your decision to make. I could be wrong. You could lose your money investing in the stock market. You could always lose money. Okay, so always remember that. No matter what I say, no matter how I say it, nothing I ever say is investment advice, because I'm not qualified to do that. Okay, I can't tell you what you should do with your money, because I don't know your personal situation. Okay, so, but like I say, that's the premium portfolio is to see my portfolio and see what I think is the best investments, and the advanced support is more about helping you personally, so that you can then use your own experience to find the stocks and the portfolio that best suits you as an individual, and helps you to find the best investments going forward. So this is more suited for someone who maybe has a bit more time and wants to really kind of get involved in the market, whereas the premium portfolio is more someone who maybe likes the good returns that I've been getting, but doesn't really have the time to spend in the market making the tactical analysis and the various different things that you need to do as an investor. So I hope that answers your questions. If you do have any more, please make sure to comment below. And if you're watching this and you are one of my members, then please do comment below as well and let other people know how you're getting on and whether you recommend it. Thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next video.